I'm Saman Ruff. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm director with Corporation for Supportive Housing. Supportive housing or permanent supportive housing is deeply affordable housing paired with services for people who are coming from homelessness with a special need or a disabling health condition. And the concept of supportive housing is to create a home where people thrive, where people can really live stable and productive lives with those two things together, the affordability of the housing and the support services that really meets their needs. People are tenants, they have leases, they pay their portion of the rent, and they live either in, can be project-based, supportive housing can be a project-based approach, which could be like an apartment building with some of the units or all of the units as supportive housing, or it can be scattered site where people live out in the community. They may have an apartment and it's scattered. It's not concentrated in one particular housing development. When a housing navigator is working with an older adult looking for different housing options, it's really important to keep in mind the kinds of things that are fundamental for people to be able to thrive in housing. So access to transportation. Are there accessible transportation options, and is it really feasible for people to be able to navigate accessing that transportation so that they can go shopping, they can connect with their care team, whatever it is that they need in getting around the community. Also, when looking at the actual home that people will be living in, an apartment or home, are there needs around accessibility for either a wheelchair or a scooter? Do there need to be wider doorways, there grab bars, any of that kind of universal design? There's also a hearing alerts for people who are hearing impaired that can be built into apartments. So what is there in the apartment? And then is there anything that can be adapted once somebody moves into their apartment that really meets their specific needs? And so these are the kinds of things that are really helpful for folks. Is there an elevator? Is there a unit on the first floor? Those conversations are really helpful to have when you're working with somebody and trying to find their new home. There's a variety of specific needs for older adults moving into supportive housing. Some of it is in the physical design of supportive housing, things to consider around accessibility. Can a scooter fit into an apartment? Is there a charging place for a scooter if somebody needs a scooter or a wheelchair? The need for an elevator, you have to really think about stairs. Is there a need for a first floor unit? There's also a real interest in what, on a process side, so there's kind of the design component for housing for older adults and supportive housing. And then there's kind of like the process as well and the procedures. So what's the emergency plan? How will people be evacuated? That's of deep concern for folks who have mobility challenges and also who may have a service animal or a pet. There's, a lot of other things as well, memory aids, really reminders, technology solutions for folks in supportive housing. And so it's really important to talk with folks about what their specific needs are and think about both the design as well as the processes and policies that will support people to feel really safe and comfortable in their home.